Hi there, this is Sam of Core Yoga, and today for our foundation flow we're going to stick with tension around the pelvis. We're going to work through a flow that really helps us not only to find some length around the muscles that get pretty tight around this space, but also to tune in to some specific sensations to help build strength. So whilst we're stretching the muscle, we're also toning and engaging the muscle to help us be stronger, be more mobile. For the practice, you might want to have a strap or a tie or a towel or something to hook around your foot. And you might want to have a couple of blocks. I'm going to use the blocks in the practice today so that you can see how we can bring the floor a little closer to us to find a little more space around our hips to be able to better tune into those sensations. So from here, we're going to start lying down on the mat, on our back, and we're going to bring our feet to begin with hip distance apart, back of the skull, back of the shoulders, rest down into the earth. Just come to a comfortable place for a moment. Allow your body an opportunity just to tune in to what's going on in your physical body. With specific attention to the sensations that you may feel right now around the hip space. And being mindful of these sensations as we travel through the practice today. It's easy to get caught up in following the flow. It's easy to get caught up in being attentive to other elements of the practice that are equally important, like the breath or the picture of the pose. And whilst I am going to guide you through breath today, I'd like the focus to be really about the sensations around the pelvis so that we can better improve our interoception, the sensation of what's going on underneath the skin. From here, you're going to take your block or your brick and just place it between your thighs. So lengthways, place it between the thighs, and then with the feet on the floor, press them down, and with the block, squeeze it. So really starting to tune in to muscles around the thighs and have a direct response on the pelvis. Exhale, let it go. 2 more of those. So you're going to inhale and squeeze the block, press the feet down into the floor. Feel that sense of control and activation in belly and pelvis. And then exhale, release it, let it go. And then one more like that. Squeeze the block, really feel that sense of activation right through the inner seam of the thighs. And then exhale, let it go. Pop the block to one side. Bring the right knee in towards your chest and extend your left leg away from you. Press the left foot firmly down into the floor and then extend the right leg up to the sky until the right leg is straight. So we have done this pose before with a strap around our thighs. Now, if I bring my leg too close to my body, I need to bend my knees today. So I'm going to take my leg as far away as I need to so that I can have a straight leg. I'm going to press the left heel into the floor and the right heel up towards the sky. So I'm doing Supta Padangusthasana, but without the strap, without the bind. Therefore, I'm bringing some really strong attention to the muscles in my thighs. Bring the right knee back towards the chest, bend the left foot, knee, and bring the right ankle to the left thigh. So this sequence was inspired by my practice with my teacher this morning, and I thought, you know what, I want to share this with my foundation class. It's really nice to help us feel sensation. Draw the left knee towards you. So ordinarily we'd take the thigh and we'd hang out in the pose, but actually we're not. We're using the left thigh to draw the right ankle towards us. And then ordinarily we might press into the right knee to get a deeper stretch, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to take the right hand behind the right knee and push the right knee into the hand and pull it back. So we're drawing the left knee towards us and pushing the right knee away from us. Feel how that feels around the hip space. Maybe close your eyes so you can better tune into those sensations. Brilliant. So take one more breath like this, and then exhale, bring the left foot back towards the floor. And extend the right leg towards the sky, but this time keep the knee bent. So we're going to come into a half happy baby. So either taking the right hand behind the knee, or maybe taking the right hand on the outside edge of the foot. I'm going to take it behind the knee for today. And then exhale, extend the left leg away from you. So from here, as you feel your hand behind the knee or on the foot, push that space into the hand and then pull it back. So you can see our arms, our shoulders, our belly, it's all working, and we're really tuning in now to sensations around that pelvis. Good. So keep with this, left foot presses down and then slowly release it. We'll do those same things on the other side. So left knee hugs in towards the chest. Right leg extends out in front of you. Right heel presses into the floor. That connects through the front of the right thigh. Extend the left leg up to the sky. Notice right here I've got that bend in my knee, so I'm going to draw it away from me until I'm in a position that I can straighten my neck. So Supta Padangusthasana, without the strap, without the bind of the fingers, but with creating a sense of activation in the muscles around the pelvis. Press down with your right heel, press up with your left heel. So you are working hard here for sure. Feel that sense of control, feel that sense of engagement. Maybe like me, your muscles might even be shaking a little bit. And then release. Bend your right knee, bring your left ankle to your right thigh. Just taking a moment to settle. So in between each phase, we have a little moment of relaxing the tissue and the muscles around the pelvis. Now, draw the right knee towards you as far as it goes. Everyone's different. Don't be tempted to take behind the leg now. Feel that activation of using the right hip flexors to draw the leg towards the chest. And take the left hand behind the left knee. Push the left knee into the hands, but use the hand to pull it back. So I talk a lot in my practices, in my teaching, about dual action, about this sense of push and pull, of grounding and lifting. It helps us generally tune in to sensations that travel throughout the whole body. It is really valuable to our physical well-being that we're using the whole body in our movement, that we're not taking load into specific areas, because those areas will take too much of the strain. As you exhale, release, bring the right foot to the floor and extend the left leg towards the sky. So now we want a bend in our knee. I'm going to bring my hand behind the knee today. Feel free to take the hand around the foot, but if you see that it's way far away, take the hand behind the knee. Extend the right leg. Press that right heel back down into the floor. Feel how that engages everything up the front of the thigh. And then pulling with the left hand and pushing, whether you've got that behind the knee or over the foot bind, it doesn't matter. You're getting that same sensation around the hips. Good. Keep that for about another round of breath. Lovely. And then as you exhale, release it. Hug both knees in towards the chest. Just take a moment, a little rock from side to side. So now as we come up to seated, as you exhale, roll yourself up. Come all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. Have your blocks within reach. Feet are hip distance apart. Underneath those hip points facing forward. Palms are together in the heart space. Close off your eyes. Start to tune into the rhythm of your breath. Feel the breath as it enters the body. Feel the breath as it leaves the body. Feel the softness at the back of the neck. Feel the drawing in of lower belly and pelvic floor. Feel an element of elongation in the spine and grounding through the feet. Good. One more round of breath here and then we'll start to move and to breathe. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, open the eyes, look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forwards, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, press your hands into your shins and halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards, let it go. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. And exhale, palms together. One more like that. Inhale, press the feet down, ring fingers lift. Exhale, soften the knees as you fold forwards, navel to spine. Inhale, elongate that spine, taking the crown of the head forwards. Exhale, fold it forwards, let it go. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. And exhale, palms together in the heart space. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. Reach for your block, bring it under your left hand. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and inhale, reach your right hand to the sky. As you push the left hand down, the right fingertips reach high. Now press the right big toe down into the floor. And then squeeze the muscles around the outer hips. Hug them as though you're wearing a belt and you're just making that belt one notch tighter. As you exhale, release it. Bring the right hand to the block. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, left hand to the sky. Press the floor or the block away from you and reach the fingertips high. Then press that left big toe joint down into the floor. Feel that. And like you have a belt around your hips, hugging that belt in one notch tighter. Take a breath in. As you exhale, release it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. Exhale, all the way back to your forward fold. Into some lunges now. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the day. Take your time and feel the floor beneath your feet and your hands push it away from you. Then look at your feet and see your feet, they're facing forward, both even grounding with the midfoot on either side, big toe joint and little toe joint. And then looking at your mat lengthways, see if you can sense as though the feet are moving to the outer edges of the mat. They're trying to rip the mat in half. And as you do that, feel that sensation in the muscles around your pelvis. So we haven't moved physically at all. We've just brought attention to how we position and how we drive the energy in our feet, and that's had a knock-on effect up the trail. As you exhale, release it, bring the knees to the floor. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press the floor away from you, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, soften the knees and fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, reach the hands up, look up. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. So this time in your downward facing dog, getting a bit deeper in the outer hip. Bend the left knee, turn the right foot at 45 degrees. Press the right heel down in towards the floor, lift the right hip up, look under your right armpit. Nice. Feel that stretch in the right side of the body. And then release that, same thing, other side. Right knee bends, left heel to the floor. Push the floor away from you. Reach underneath your armpit or look underneath your armpit. Good. And then exhale back to the center. Inhale, bend your knees, bring them to the floor. Exhale, take your left foot forward. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky and look up. Exhale, hands down, the right foot to join the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up to the sky, look up. And exhale, palms together in the heart space. Now we'll build on this. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time we exhale to step right and then left foot back to high plank. Take a breath in your high plank. And then exhale, knees, thighs and belly down to the floor. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders for Sphinx. And inhale into Sphinx. Exhale, Sphinx roll-ups as you tuck the chin. Work through either stay on the knees or push back in the heels. Take an in-breath here. Exhale, knees, thighs and belly. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, hands either side of your chest, all fours. Inhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Exhale, hold it here. Then inhale, reach the right leg towards the sky. Hold it there. Now remember when you were lying on your back and your left heel was pressing into the floor and your right heel was pressing up to the sky, do that. That is the same sensation that we just had lying on our back. We're just now in downward facing dog. Continuing to build the strength in the muscles around the hips as we lengthen them. Then as you exhale, your right knee comes towards your chest and you send your right foot forward. Drop the left knee for a moment. Inhale, open through the chest. Then exhale, push back in the back heel, lift the back knee, look at the back foot. You're going to step the back foot about 10 centimeters further forward and then turn it at a 45-degree angle. So we have warrior one legs. Inhale, press the floor away from you. Warrior one. Now remember in warrior one, I'm not too fussed about the direction of the pelvis. We want to feel pretty comfortable in this pose. But bring your right leg and straighten it. And then wherever you are directing the pelvis, keep it there. But feel the hip points and lift the hip points up a little bit. Feel how that responds in the back leg. Let it go. Then lift the hip points up a little bit. Do you feel that? Let it go. Lift the hip points up a little bit, then press the left foot down into the floor. And like you're trying to draw that left foot to the front of the mat. So feel now that sensation in the left leg, working really hard. Keep all of that and bend the right knee. You might not go half as deep. Then press the floor away from you and inhale, reach the hands to the sky, look up. Keep this in the legs, take a breath in. And a breath out. We've got one more breath here, inhale. And then exhale, hands back to the hips. Inhale, straighten that right leg again. Draw, so the back leg stays in the same position, just about 5 or 10 centimeters further forward. Now's the time to grab those blocks. It's important to faff with the props because they're going to add value to the pose. Now we've got the blocks in our hands. Press the floor away from you evenly with both feet. Then feel that same sensation. Lift the hip points and then squeeze your inner thigh to draw your left heel towards your right heel. It's not going to move. Then inhale, send the hips back and reach the chest forward. So whether your blocks come to the floor or not is irrelevant. I'm going to hold my blocks here because maybe in the course of the time that we spend here, maybe my body will get closer to the floor, but I'm in no rush to get there. So I'm pulling the left foot forward and I'm pulling the right foot back. And I'm feeling that strong through my hip space. And if and only if the blocks reach the floor, then I can press my hands into the blocks and take my upper body into the equation. If they don't reach the floor, I'm in no rush to get there. Stay with this. Feel the sensation. Squeezing the heels towards one another. They're not moving. But you're feeling the muscles around these thighs working super hard. Then exhale, bend the right knee, bring the blocks back to the floor. Inhale, warrior one, little stance. Exhale, hands down to the floor and step all the way back to downward high plank. Sorry, if you went to down dog, come to high plank now. Exhale, lower knees, thighs, belly. Inhale, Sphinx roll up. Exhale, push the floor away from you, low plank. Breath in here. Exhale, knees, thighs, belly. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, all fours. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, here. Inhale, raise your left leg to the sky. So again, we're going back to that first pose. Press the right heel towards the floor. Draw the left heel towards the sky. Feel that. Feel that sensation of control but activation through that space. And then exhale, left knee comes towards your chest. You step the left foot forward, drop the right knee. Inhale, one breath, open the chest. Exhale, push back and extend in that back heel. Now invariably this stance in lunge is too long for many of us in warrior one. So I'm going to step my right foot forward about 10 centimeters. Then I'm turning the foot so it's at 45 degrees. Press into the feet. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. And inhale, straighten that left leg. Feel the hip points. Naturally, very often, because of tightness in the front of the hips will be pulled forward in this pose. Not because you're not doing the right thing, but because the body just feels more comfortable there. I'm giving it a deep stretch here, so actually if it goes down, it goes, oh yeah, I don't have to stretch so much. But what we're doing is we're compressing into that lower back. So bring your fingers to the hip points. Lift the hip points up. Just feel how that changes the sensations in the back leg. Release it. Lift the hip points up. Feel that. Do you feel it? Let it go. One more. Lift those hip points up. Keep them there. Now press that right foot down into the floor. Like you're pushing the floor away from you and you're trying to drag the back of the yoga mat to the front of the yoga mat. Keep all of that, just bend that left knee, we don't go half as deep. And then inhale, but we are working these hips. Reach the hands to the sky, exhale, hold it here. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, nice work. One more inhale, continue to feel that back leg sensation. Exhale, hands back to the hips. So we inhale, straighten that left leg again. And this time we're going to step this right foot about 5 or 10 centimeters further forward. And we're going to grab our blocks. Each side will be different. You don't have to reach the floor. Some of us will reach the floor with our hands. That is equally okay. Press both the feet down like you're trying to draw the yoga mat, back of the yoga mat to the front of it. Squeeze that. Same thing with the left foot. You're trying to pull the front towards the back. You're trying to scrunch it up. Inhale a breath. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep that control in the legs. So notice how far I go, right? In my first instance. And then my muscles go, all right, okay, I know where you're going. And I take my time. I'm constantly feeling this sense of front foot pulling back foot pulling forward. And I'm getting some controlled length into my hamstring whilst I strengthen it. So hamstrings can become very long, very tight and very weak muscles. Good, this is really nice work. We're getting length and strengthening. We're working with the breath, and only when the blocks hit the floor do I push the floor away from me with the blocks. Now that will just change a little bit of the sensation, but you don't have to get there. So don't worry if you don't get there. Continue to breathe. We've got one more breath here. And then exhale, reach the blocks forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, a breath here, bend the knees and look to the thumbs. Exhale, step, float, walk to the top of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale, Utkatasana. So just like we did on our back with our ankle hooked on top of our thigh, we're going to bring the right ankle to the left thigh and sit back and down, bring the palms together in the heart space. So take a moment, get your stability, find a spot to focus on, and then bring your left hand to the right arch of your right foot. And bring the right hand underneath your right knee. And then as you stay here, push your right knee into your right hand. And then pull it back. And you're just using your left hand to stabilize yourself. So you're getting that sense of activation in this right hip space. Really nice. Feel the difference around that right hip. Feel perhaps the movement around that right hip. And then exhale, release it. Fold forwards. Inhale it halfway lift. We'll go straight to the other side. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, Utkatasana. And then exhale, left ankle on right thigh. Inhale, sit back in your chair and take a moment to stabilize. Find your balance. So only when we have our balance can we be really attentive of what's going on. So right hand to left arch. Left hand underneath the left knee. Push the left knee into the left hand and pull it back. And then just stay there. Work with the pose, work with the sensation. Good. Feeling that. One more breath. And then exhale, release it. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back, high plank. Take a breath in your high plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Just baby cobra this time. Inhale as you raise into baby cobra. Exhale, all fours. Inhale, downward dog. exhale, hold it here. So from here, looking to the right wrist, drop your knees to the floor and bring your right foot to the outer edge of your right wrist. This is where a strap is going to be really useful. So particularly if you know that if I'm to bend this knee, I struggle to get to my foot, then the strap's going to be really handy. So you also might want to put a cushion underneath your left knee. So you're just going to reach back and hook a strap, a towel, a tie, something around your left foot, and then hold on to it with your right hand. Then I'm going to bring a block to the floor with my left hand. I'm going to go to this edge. This morning I did it up high. Sometimes I'll go to the floor, just whatever feels right. Then press the right foot into the floor as you start to draw the left foot towards you. So you might have used your strap and you might find, oh, actually now I can reach my foot, which is great. Or you're just going to hold the strap, which is equally great. I'm going to hold my foot today. Take your hand around the inside edge of the foot, or keep the strap holding the foot at the ankle crease. Good. And then from here, as you press the right foot into the floor and you press the left hand down, you're not twisting, you're keeping your chest facing the floor. And then with your left knee, press it down, and like you're trying to draw it to the front of the yoga mat. Feel that in the quadriceps. So you are lengthening these quadricep muscles, but at the same time, you are toning and bringing strength to these quadricep muscles. It's called eccentric strengthening. Good. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, take your time, release that. From here, we're going to swap sides. So bring your right knee back and bring your left foot forward. And take your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. And then take your time to hook your strap, maybe cushion your right knee, whatever feels right. It's important to feel comfortable. It's important to feel comfortable because then we won't focus on what's going on in places we don't need to be focusing on. We'll be able to focus on what's going on in the places we do need to be focusing on. So option to bring a block to the floor and then drawing the foot towards your thigh without causing your hamstring to cramp. And then if that feels accessible, take the foot, but remember that is not the intention. And then you're on the inside edge of the foot with your left hand. Your chest is facing the floor. Pushing the floor away from you with the right hand and the left foot. And then with the right knee, you're pressing down and drawing it towards the front of the mat. So feel the difference. Maybe do that and then don't do that. Sometimes that helps us go, oh, okay. When I don't do that, well, this happens. And when I do that, oh, okay, this happens. So you can start to improve the interoception, our own ability to be able to sense what's going on underneath the skin. Good. And hold here for one more breath. Then exhale, release it. Step back, downward facing dog. Then inhale to high plank. Exhale, lower knees, thighs and belly. One breath, baby cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, look to the back of your right wrist. We're going to draw the right knee towards the back of the right wrist for pigeon. Take your left foot back a little way. And bring your hands to the front of the mat, so a little ahead of the knee. If this gives you pain in the knee, then you flip over on your back and you do the same eye of the needle that we did right at the beginning of the class. So you have an option to bring your arms onto blocks or books or whatever you've got here, or to bring your arms to the floor. So again, I'm using blocks today to help demonstrate different shapes in the poses. And I really find it quite useful to use blocks in my practice on a pretty regular basis so that I can actually create some more space and less compression to better feel the sensations around the hips, rather than always trying to go to the deepest variation. Press the right knee down, draw it towards the back of the mat. Press the left foot down, draw it towards the front of the mat. Feel that in your hips. So this is pigeon. We're getting some deep stretch going on around here in these hips, but we're also getting a strong activation of front and outer hips. Good, you're gonna hold here one more breath. And then exhale, bring your blocks just to one side because you'll need them again. Slowly transition back to downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths or take a vinyasa with a baby cobra, up to you. Wherever you choose to go, do it with consciousness, feeling sensations within the body. And then exhale, left knee behind left wrist. Take your time to get there if you're just finishing your vinyasa. Take the back leg back a little bit, reach the hands in front of you. So the hands pretty much look like I'm doing plank or down dog. I've got my fingers spread nice and wide for now. I'm just allowing the body to settle a little bit in this pose. And once again, if you have knee pain, flip over onto your back and take the eye of the needle variation that we did right at the beginning of the class. Bring the blocks underneath your forearms. Press your forearms into the blocks. Press your left knee down, squeeze it towards the back of the mat. Press the top of the right foot down, squeeze it towards the front of the mat. And then feel that in your pose. So strong sensations focused around the hips, allowing us to build a structure that is mobile, but that is strong. So we can move, but we can move consciously, we can move using the right muscles, and we can move knowing we have the strength and stability around that place to protect our body. From here, take the blocks to one side and slowly sit back on your left hip. Bring your right leg forward and come down to lie on your back. Take the knees the feet mat distance apart, drop the knees to the right, look over the left shoulder, just allow it to go. So just a quick, soft, subtle twist before we come into Shavasana. Breathe into the belly. Allow the belly to soften. Nice. And then knees back through the center, dropping the knees to the other side, looking over the right shoulder. Again, allow the body to soften and settle. Close off your eyes. Come back to the center. Make your choice whether to take your Shavasana with your knees bent, your feet wide, or with your legs extended out in front of you. Wherever you choose, take a breath. And as you exhale, feel the whole body melt into the earth beneath you. You've worked hard today. Now allow yourself this time to rebalance your nervous system, to give the body an opportunity to stop so that the muscles can send the right messages for renewal, so they become stronger with the rest. Beautiful. I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana. You take Shavasana for as long as you have. Thank you for taking the time to practice and learn with me today. Namaste.